Researchers log, day 121, working on the auto-crafting project. We've been working on this for years, just years. All of the time and effort that we have put into this to turn this crafting table into something redstone. The research lab's gone over many changes, but we are hopefully able to finally conduct the research. Generating power supply. Power is charged. Hope this doesn't blow up again. Wait. What just happened? Is that a craft? Auto-crafting is here, puppies, and welcome to a very different Snapshot showcase. Today, we are taking a look at a brand new block. One block that will revolutionize the way we play Minecraft. Everything changes today. One single block. Tell me, what is the most iconic block in Minecraft? It is, of course, everyone knows, it's this one right here. But that looks ugly in the desert, so we're gonna go with it being a crafting table. You could not play Minecraft the way we play Minecraft without this thing right here. All we'd have is this little box. We'd only be able to make, like, I don't know, deep slate blocks, which would be nice, but you wouldn't be able to make good things. But with this, we can do incredible things. With this, we can do just the same. 1.21 is here. If you didn't catch Minecraft Live, that's okay, because all you need to know about is this one block now exists. Who cares about everything else they said? Copper decoration? Nobody cares. Everyone cares about this. This is Crafter. It is the better version of the crafting table. How is it crafted, you ask? I have no idea. Let's see. Crafting. I don't know. What we are planning on doing today is getting used to this machine. Okay, so in case you do not know what this machine is, and just to clarify, I'm definitely playing vanilla. This is not modded. It feels modded because this thing's literally auto-crafted. So watch this. Let me get some hoppers. I need some building blocks. Let's use quartz again. Okay, put the crafter down. No, you know what? We'll just do this. Make a hopper clock. I just cannot build today. I'm gonna put a chest down here. Then we're gonna get some observers, and we're just gonna make the most simple machine ever. It's gonna tick like crazy. Or is it? No, it's not. It doesn't make a noise. It's silent and everything. That's incredible. Okay. Then we're gonna get some logs. I'm gonna do this. Okay, stop. Okay. Listen to that. It's extremely quiet. Hang on, maybe I have my sounds down. No, I highly doubt it's under the weather, so no. Under the weather. This puppies, right here, is the sound of auto-crafting. I am automatically turning all... I don't know how that... I can't open it. And sometimes they're flying off to a different direction. But look at this. We now have... Well, we will have... Hang on, let me just take this out of here. 4 stacks of planks in that amount of time. Oh, incredible. So, what we're going to do today is a little bit of an in-depth look into crafters. Generally, what we want to do is turn that simple system behind me into something really efficient. And one way we can do that I want to jump into straight away is droppers. Now... one of the greatest things about this block is that... Oh, you need droppers. That's interesting. Let me get a regular crafting table. There's how you craft it. 5 iron, 2 redstone, and dropper on a crafting table. That's not very bad. I mean, the iron is like, you know, a little expensive until you get an iron farm. But once you have an iron farm, it's ridiculously cheap. This is actually super easy to make. Like, I didn't expect it to cost diamonds or anything, but at this stage, maybe you don't need a smithing template to make this thing, don't worry. Anyway, basically, this thing is just completely incredible, because what you can do is this. Well, you just saw it. We can get auto crafting going on, but what we can do with this is something that we couldn't do before, because now all new farms open up. Now, the simplest thing is something like I just showed. You're turning a log into 4 planks. Easy peasy. But you can already do that just by shift clicking. Maybe you want it fully automatic for some reason. But until now, there's no real reason to have it fully automatic if you could just quickly do it, because what's the point? But now, what we could do is something like take the planks, turn some of them into sticks, and then craft it again into a pickaxe, a wooden pickaxe, which would suck, but you could make a stone pickaxe or an iron pickaxe. And then you hand that to a player who's like AFK, and they're like mine blocks. Why wouldn't you just use TNT? I don't know, but I don't. Shh, it's fine. Um, anyway, don't worry, this thing isn't useless. What I'm going to try and do now is the first step of a process of having an automated pickaxe, because I like that idea. What we're going to do is try and make the quickest version of that machine we can do, because here, the bottleneck, I'm going to get some more logs. The bottleneck here isn't actually the crafter. If I put this into a hopper, as you can see, now the planks go everywhere, don't worry about that. We can also just auto do this. And as you can see now, it's not spitting out. You cannot even see it going in the item. Oh, it's taking the logs out. Oh my gosh, it's taking the logs out. That's, I mean, it's bad, but it's also good, because I'll explain that later. Anyway, just spit the blocks out for now. Anyway, the bottleneck here. Did I run out of logs? Yes. The bottleneck here is the hopper input. In case you don't know, hoppers only input one item a second, I believe. I mean, don't fact check me on that number. But I believe that's the case. As you can see, as soon as the item is going in there, it's spitting it out. And it really spits it out too. Like these have a variation to it. But droppers, on the other hand, are even faster than hoppers. If you ever want to super duper fast transport items around, droppers are the way to do it. It's just more expensive because you're probably going to have to use a bunch of observers and stuff like that to tick it all along. But, or water streams. Water streams works well. Probably cheapest option you have. Anyway, what I want to do though is try and see how fast we can make this. Now the bottleneck with this is going to be well, it's going to be how fast we can pick up the items. Why is that facing the wrong way? Okay. So we get a bunch more logs. I should just really have more logs in my inventory. Okay, here we go. So, this. Now I'm going to fast tick both of these with an observer, but to make it a little bit cheaper, we'll do it with the same circuit. And see if this works. Of course, it's not actually going to work. Wait, what? Oh, it is actually working. Look how fast that is. Jeez Louise. So this works per tick. Grief. Wow. So as you can see, this hopper is getting severely backed up. Oh, and then, yeah, that ticks. That's annoying. Well, that's pretty fast. But what we could also do is this. We could fast tick this. Shh! Oh, it's still fast. Oh, jeez. Stop getting powered. Okay, how do I do this? Hang on. No, it's still... What do I do? I can't stop it from using the craft. What I wanted to do was say you could do it in bulk. I don't know how that would be helpful to anyone, but you could do that in bulk. Now it won't even tick this. Yes, it is. There we go. So here we go. Now, as you can see, it's stacking up. And soon it's going to get close to a stack, not a full stack. Now it's at 45. Shush. Now what we should be able to do, hopefully, we'll see what happens when I smack a button on this baby. Ready? Just one. Yeah, so there's no reason to back up a system with this. So pretty much what you want to do is just craft it as soon as the items go in. You can't craft in bulk. Sorry, this thing is just too fun to watch. Okay. The item output though. That's the thing. So if you're going to start using droppers are faster than hoppers. This thing, 1 per tick, 1 per second, I believe. So if you're going to start using droppers to input into the crafter, that means you're getting out 4, if you're just using, let's say, the plank recipe, you're getting 4 items every tick coming out of this thing. That's way too fast for a hopper. That's like 5 times faster than a hopper can work. So what you have to do, but how would you do that? I mean, you'd have to have multiple hoppers. Okay, actually, because we don't have it, we actually, oh, minecart hoppers, that's, oh my gosh, I haven't done redstone in so long, I totally forgot. Okay, so minecart hoppers are really cool because they are better versions of hoppers. Yep, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, if this is news to you, that's not surprising because this is definitely not something that's like, it doesn't, if you know, you know, otherwise it's definitely not like obvious or anything. Pretty random. Anyway, what I want to do now, we want to put this beneath it. But the problem here is, let's use a dropper. Basically, put a bunch of logs in here. Now, see how fast that goes out? That's 1 item per tick. But what we can do to try and prevent this, or actually maybe not. Okay, what if I could use filler items. Like this, then a bunch of planks. In there, actually that should have been on a hopper, my bad. Then you have the chest, you fill it up with sorts of planks. Wait, no, that just, then you go like that. No, but you'd have to use a different filler. Okay, hang on. It's still going in. Okay, I do not know. Okay, so the number one issue that you're going to experience probably is how fast you can pick up the items here. Now, I'm not a redstone genius. I know little redstone. I know the basics of like technical stuff, but I cannot build fancy contraptions. So, I can't wait to see what old Mango does with this. But for the most part, right now, I don't know what to do. So actually, I'm right clicking. You're actually left clicking. What you could do. So for the most part, you might just want to stick with hoppers with this, sorry. So unless you really know what you're doing, probably hoppers are fine. For the most part, though, this is going to be okay. What you might want to do is try and work out the rates of your farm. So if you have to, say, run something like really, really fast, then you can. But for the most part, then you're going to need hopper streams and, water streams, probably. But the interesting thing about this machine is that it directly turns items into item form. The only other block that does that is drop and dispensers, technically. But sometimes, if you don't use it like a dispenser with TNT to turn into an item. Yeah, turning items into item form, entity form, sorry. It's a unique property because then once you can do that, then pretty much you can do whatever you want. Oops. So here is another problem you may experience because I am trying to craft planks. So let me just get my crafter working here. Why isn't it making planks? Because what it's trying to do is make compressed logs. So basically, stop. What you have to do, and one of the best things about this is that you can click to disable slots. So all you have to do is disable the other 8 slots. I mean, it could even be like that one, I believe. It'll be fine. You can still just fill that one up. Yeah. And leave only 1 slot, and then bam. There we go. So this is still too fast for a regular hopper to pick up. Because it's 4 items per second. But that's because we're directly trying to turn something into planks. You probably won't have like stacks of wood coming in at a time. And if you do, then just multiply the system. This is literally a block. One singular block that is doing all of this work. So you don't have to worry about like it being tileable. It's a block, it's definitely tileable. But yeah, you have to. The easiest thing about this is that you can just block off the slots. Let me guide you through what would happen if you couldn't block off slots with a right click or a click or whatever. So if you wanted to do something such as simple as this, actually no, let's say you wanted to craft pressure plates, or actually even better, let's say you wanted to craft a chest. This thing actually works to regular, or does it? No, you can't take it out. Interesting. So it's a way to like preview crafting recipes. So I want to do this. So let's say it inputs from left to right, because I believe it does. So if you're trying to craft a button, easy. Pressure plate, easy. Slabs, easy. But then next thing it does is this. Next slot does is this, then this, then this, this, this. So you can craft up trapdoors easy as well. But let's say you're trying to make a chest. So you need this slot to be empty. But it's not just going to casually skip over that slot unless you have this enabled. But if we didn't have the feature of being able to disable slots, then what you would have to do is put a dummy item in there, take the dummy item out, then take the chest out, and then start refilling it again. So you'd go you go 1, 2, 3, 4, dummy item, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything out, rail out, then this out, and then so on. So that actually made it quite technical. That's the main way. That would be if you could just get hopper support for regular crafting tables. So that was the simplest way of crafting. It was fairly balanced in the way that you didn't have to, it could never be overpowered with a system like that. You could technically craft anything you wanted easily, super fast if you wanted to, but it took a lot of redstone knowledge. One thing they're trying to do with these crafters here is actually make it so you don't need a lot of redstone knowledge. Everything that I'm going over is average redstone knowledge at best. It's all just from watching Mango. So basically, all you have to do now is click a bunch of slots and you can turn logs into planks. Otherwise, I mean, logs into planks was pretty simple always, but even something as simple as like iron to iron blocks was going to be easy. But anything beyond extremely simple recipes with just hopper support and no disabling feature was going to be fairly difficult. But now you can do this. We can do anything we want. Let's watch this. Okay, let me just click all these slots out. There we go. Input the planks. And it's going to start giving me buttons! It's giving me buttons! What do I do about that? Oh, so here's the interesting thing. Now what we're doing is crafting buttons. That's because we're fasting. So that's where our favorite comparator comes into play. Okay, so what signal strength is giving right now? I don't know. 9. Oh gosh, it got filled up very quickly. Okay, let's tick this a couple times. Okay, so then we put in... So this is 9. That's interesting. So it's filling it up. The 8 planks in here equates to 9. So that one, then what you would do is have, once it reaches 9 power here, then you would tick it. So let's make a chest crafter here. So let me give myself a little bit of room. Comparator, I suppose on this side works. Subtraction mode, we'll use another chest here. Wait, what? Chest. Yeah, no, not a chest, actually something small. Hopper. Just for ease of use. Then we want to maybe fill it up with a bunch of stuff like this. Break that up. Power up with 12, not too much. Close. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. This would not have to be logs. This could be anything. This could be cobblestone. This could be dirt. This could be whatever you want it to be. Buttons. Anyway. So we have here is power. I was going to say power level 9. Heck. It's on subtraction mode. Repeater. There we go. This is really ugly wiring, so don't worry about it. This is delicious looking wiring. And there we go. Now, all we have to do is chuck in a bunch of planks. And we should have chest crafting. It looks like it's doing nothing for a majority of the time. But it isn't. Don't worry. Now you can't see the item, because this time... There we go, chest. Chest crafting. So this is actually super simple as well. All I'm using is a subtraction comparator. You don't even have to add this. What you could do instead is just have a 9 block long redstone line. Like I could just go ahead and go There we go. And I could just have a comparator here, and then I could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then have a repeater, and then if I took one item out of here, it wouldn't reach this repeater anymore. So that's all you could do. This is ugly wiring. Yes, this is like looping around over itself, but it is also more compact than having a whole really long line. I mean, you could like zigzag it or something if you want to, but this is the simplest way. And then you'd have to like take the power back. So you could probably go there so it doesn't connect. Then you go over, or put blocks above this and have it lower, and then you come over. Probably go something like this. There we go, and that's also a chest crafter. And then every time it gets 8 items in there, you input it from this side, and this is also a chest crafter. I need planks. I ran out of planks. Pitcher plants. Pitcher plants. Sorry, my bad. So there we go, every time it gets 8 items. And you could even adjust this. I mean, with this one, it'd be even simpler. You could adjust it. So what would... craft, let's say we want to craft our slabs. Trapdoors. Okay, so we have... What would be the comparative output of this? 9? What? It's the same. So what this may mean, if I disable these, now 6. So when you click these slots, it actually counts as being filled up. I figured that was the case, because over here. So technically, could you get away with not doing that? Okay, so let me adjust this quickly. Put a bunch of planks in. So now it's going to start crafting trapdoors. There we go, trapdoors right there. Trapdoors there. Okay, good. So now, what I want to do, pause this for a second, is turn off these slots, take that out of there. I want to adjust this to its 6. 6, perfect. Oh, almost. It used to be 5. Is that 5? What's that? It's 5, perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I mean, traction mode. There. This should actually work now as a trapdoor crafter. Let's see. Still. Yep. If you're doing this with droppers, you may experience a problem of it overfilling, because then if it adds an extra slot in there, it would try to work, but it wouldn't, and then eventually it would just fill the whole thing up, and it would backlog. Keep trying to fire it, but it wouldn't actually craft anything. So there we go. This works as trapdoor crafter as well. And then it's specifically trapdoor. Would run out of planks. Okay. Actually, what would happen if it runs out and then I just put more in? Nothing. So it doesn't break if you don't have the perfect amount. That's good. Otherwise it would be damaged. But if I fill this up, as you can see now, it's crafting slabs. So disabling slots, especially if you're using a comparator to output, it gets a little bit risky. Now, this, you don't need it. But if we were trying to craft boats, let's say boats. So we take this out of here, it's boats. Now we have to disable this. But then if I go back to this system, and I take these out, disable that slot, it should still yeah. It should still just craft boats normally. This is actually, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Is it overpowered? No. Is it incredible? Heck yes. This is just brilliant. Okay, so now what I want to do is a bit more of a large-scale project. I want to turn one log, well, not just one, logs into pickaxes. Because why not? Or chests. Probably chests. Let's turn them into chests. Or maybe... That's too simple, though. What could we make out of wood? That's crazy. Fences. Let's just go with pickaxes. Why not? Okay. So, turning logs into pickaxes. How simple is it to do a complex crafting recipe from scratch? Let's see. So, we're going to elevate it off the ground just so it's easy, I suppose. Why not? So I don't have to bury myself in the ground. Whoa! Whoa! I'm going to face upwards. That's actually interesting. So that means it would spit up onto its own face. I don't know what that... Oh, you could actually input that into a water stream directly. by just having it spit up into water and then flowing away. Anyway, that's not the most useful thing. That's not what we're doing right now. But we may do that later, I don't know. Let's actually have it this way. Okay, so first things first, we're going to pretend we have a tree farm over here. My tree farm is definitely, well, we don't have to pretend you have a tree farm. You could, that's the main thing, is that you can directly link this up to farms and do something like take a tree farm and then turn it into every single wood decorative block in the game, like just planks, slabs, fences, fence gates, pickaxes, what, not the pickaxes, the blocks, whatever you want. You can turn it into anything. Literally anything! Okay, anyway. As long as it's made of wood. You can't turn planks into diamonds, don't worry. Anyway, I'll input the logs in a bit, but what I want to do right now is, why do I have two types of buttons? Okay, so we have this crafter. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to turn logs into planks. Super duper simple. All you need is some observers to get a fast clock. This is pretty much the simplest fast tick thing. It ticks every single tick, every single redstone tick, so that's really helpful. Just goes tick, 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 as quick as possible. So then we have some hoppers beneath it. Now, this is super simple, so all we need is another hopper. Bam, just like that. So there we go, bang. Now this is going into the next crafter, the crafter. Now here's where things get interesting, because we need to craft a pickaxe. Now, what we could do is the trickle-down economic system, where you take, basically, let's say you have a hopper line here, and also a hopper line, and it's going into some chests here. And then you would actually have hoppers going across like this, and then you'd have hoppers going across like, which sounds like a lot of hoppers, but just have an iron farm, like this. So now if I input a bunch of logs into here, most, oh gosh, not like that. No, not like that. As you can see, some of them I think will end up in here, but it will wait until all of this is filled, all this chest, all this hopper, and then it will move on to the next one. This is where it's the simplest version of storage. If you just need a lot of storage really quickly, well, not really quickly, actually very slow system. But if you have a huge farm that produces a lot of a certain type of item, then this is a simple way of doing it. But that is what we could do here, because what we need is to split some of the planks that we have. Some of them need to go into making sticks, very few of them, and then some of them need to go into making, well, just staying as planks, so we can craft a pickaxe. So what we would need to do here is we could just turn everything into planks. Sorry, everything into sticks. We could just do this, like a ton of times, until we filled up like a hopper, until we filled up like a whole hopper. And then we just keep crafting sticks, and then once that fills up, then we have like a different system that goes on here. Or you could try and split them. So I've forgotten how to do that in vanilla. I'm like, use the andesite funnel. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Brass funnel. No, we're not in create mode. Okay, so what we're looking for now is a way to make it so that we can always get exactly the items we want in these slots. Which is planks here, sticks down the bottom. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay. Okay, puppies. I assume I haven't included very much of this process whatsoever, because I've been pulling my hair out over this. To be honest, something like this, like you can see how this has gotten. This isn't super complex, but the wiring has actually been by far the hardest part of this. But getting the timing right, extremely difficult. Really, really difficult. And yeah, also the wiring, like getting the crafter powered, getting everything powered without powering something else has been really awkward. You can see I have this ridiculously long redstone lines and all this stuff. I assume that's just filling up this stuff. Yep, it's all full. Cool. But what we're going to try and do is flick this lever and hope it just spits out a bunch of pickaxes. It won't. Also, I'm not going to have an item collection system because I totally forgot that pickaxes aren't stackable. So this is literally the most impractical idea ever to like mass produce pickaxes you can't even store. But that's... Just don't worry about it. Isn't that supposed to have... oh, maybe that was half the problem. Okay. And that seems to be powering that block, which would need to be transparent. But then it would go up. Okay. Hang on. Maybe this was actually one of the problems. Every day a new problem. Every time I look back, there is a new problem to fix. Nope, that wouldn't work. Okay, what if I did this? This should work. This should work. I actually kind of need it to be like that though. If I just do that, it's pointing into that block, so we have to do this. Okay. Okay. Hopefully, please. You can tell that in between cuts, I bet my voice has gone from like crafting with crafters is so easy, anyone can do it. To I hate this redstone contraption. No, I don't. I actually the best thing about it. Okay, so before we flick the switch and see if all my efforts are in vain or not. Um, recently I talked about helper support for crafting tables during this video. I talked about where the regular crafting tables, the easiest way ever to add auto crafting would have just been to make it so that hoppers could interact with the crafting table. You input items automatically, you input output items automatically, but there's no there's nothing like this. It can't interact with redstone, all that sort of stuff. That would have just been the simplest way of doing it. What they did instead was add a system that made it a lot easier. I talked about this before, but the fact that you can disable slots, you don't need dummy items. You still have to use filters on your hoppers and stuff. Or you can just use the auto spit out when it's done, crafting, all this sort of stuff. So if you want it to be really, really, really fast, you have to use a lot of work. If you want to do really complex recipes, you have to put in a lot of work. But if you want to do something like, I don't know, pretty much just like auto craft a bunch of dispensers. Certainly if you just want to do something as simple as like fill a whole place up with iron ingots and then compress them into iron blocks automatically. That's super duper easy to do now. So I'm really happy with this. Is it super duper easy that like anyone could do it? No. You do actually need a little bit of redstone understanding. But for the most part, do you need to use this anyway? No. Don't have to feel the pressure of like adding an auto crafter to your iron farm or your tree farm. You don't have to do that. You can just craft it manually if you want to. So for the most part, this isn't an essential Minecraft ingredient. It's not like they made it so that to get smithing templates, you have to, use autocrafting. No, you don't have to do anything. There will never be a recipe that requires the crafted to be crafted. That is never going to happen. I can say that confidently right now. If not, then in 2026, you can tell me I'm a fool. But right now, I'd highly, highly doubt Mojang will ever do anything like that. Because, like, who wants to see this everywhere? No one. But what do we really want to see is this thing just automatically spitting out a bunch of pickaxes whenever I want it to. Because why not? That's what Minecraft should have been. My closing remarks before we finish off here is that I love this block. Hands down. Even if it was rubbishly designed, I would still love it. Because this is how Minecraft should be. It is optional automation that makes anything possible. Now, finally, you can do any number of things. For a while, you would have to get to a farm and you go through on this whole quest line of doing something like turning cobblestone into dirt, which is something I think you could do. That sort of stuff, or turning like bone meal basically into dirt, and with azalea trees and all this stuff. And then eventually you'd go to this whole quest line of being able to farm all these things. And what the hell is that? It's a pitcher pod. I was like, is it someone's dried up spleen? Actually, I've not seen that item before. I mean, you had to go through this whole recipe, and then eventually you get gated by the fact you had to craft something. But now that's no longer the case. So, will I be using crafters with everything in the game? No. Could you set up a crafting machine for every single thing? I would love to see. And there are people out there with far, far greater redstone and technical knowledge than me. I just have the basic understandings to be able to do something like this. Fingers crossed when I flick this lever in a second, but I'm super duper uber excited about all of this. I think this is amazing, and I cannot wait to see all the incredible things that people come up with. I sound like I'm from Mojang now, but but seriously, I am actually excited to see what happens with all of this. The simplest stuff is doing something like having a bunch of stone crafters at, like turning cobblestone into stone, which is smelting, and then spruce slabs, and suddenly you can create those because those look cool, and then armor stands automatically, and all this sort of stuff. Super cool. So, without further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, can I actually make a pickaxe autocrafter? No, I cannot. Whoa! Oh, it stopped now, which is weird. Why is it stopped? Did I flick the lever again? Sticks are trying to tick, but planks aren't? Why are planks not ticking? Wait, would planks never tick? What? Why isn't this guy? Is it getting order? It's getting constantly powered by something. Oh, that. Ooh, that is bad. To put it simply. Let me pick that up again. Let's just give it one more try without changing anything. Okay, so this is exactly what's happening every time. You're getting 2 planks in the top ones and some here. So what's happening is this is ticking too fast, which I figured probably could happen. Yeah, it's ticking. It's just going too fast. Can I fit a slower clock into this area? Probably not. No, I honestly don't know. So, here's my challenge for you, puppies. Can you make an automatic pickaxe crafter? Or if you want to make something you would actually use in survival, then feel free to do that as well, because Minecraft is your oyster. And now, with autocraft, no, it's not on my hotbar, it's not on my hotbar, it's not on my hotbar. I don't even have, is it in my, there it is. With auto crafting, you can do incredible things, because forget about all this pickaxe craftingness. The simplest thing you can do is this. I'm confused. Okay. Can we go back to, let's just go back to the first thing we ever did. It was actually the first thing I've ever done in auto crafting in vanilla Minecraft. Here we go. Which is just this. It's just a plank crafter. So, from any number of things, and finally being able to not have to craft dispensers, to being able to just turn some logs into some planks without shift clicking, because who can be bothered, especially if you shift with your thumb. So, without further ado, I'm going to have to say I will see you soon, puppies. I hope to see all of your fantabulous creations, and most importantly mine, of course. Hopefully we're going to start a brand new survival world that actually takes off in 1.21. I'm sorry, my motivation crashes. I play other games, life as well, and stuff. 7 promises, you know. My promise was not to be demotivated, but I can't cope. Anyway, new order crafting videos coming soon, maybe. Who knows? Snapshot showcase is definitely coming soon. So, well, you're not even watching this one, are you? No, didn't think so. Anyway, comment if you are. I will see you in the next one. So, bye-bye.